Hi guys, here in the kitchen today. I'm going to take you along with my lunch. I'm going to do a frittata or quiche. Let me show you what I got going on. I got everything all set up. I'm going to do, I guess a frittata has no crust, but this is actually going to have a crust, so it's probably some form of a quiche. I'm going to use this little wrap as my crust. I'll show you. I'll get set up here. These are really nice. I like these particular ones. They're low calorie, high fiber. They're delicious. I have some frozen spinach. I had a bag of spinach that was going off, so I just froze it. I'm going to put some of that in there. Some various cheeses. I'm going to add some diced onions. I'm going to slice up a tomato. I got these Roma tomatoes. See this one? It's getting a little squinchy. But this is the perfect application for something like this because you're going to bake it anyway. I'm going to use a couple eggs, 3 or 4. I'll just season it with some garlic, salt, and pepper. You'll need to mix the eggs, but I'll show you as I go along. I'm going to start out by taking my wrap here and getting it in the plate. I think this is about 5-6 inch pie plate here. It's more of a personal size. Just see, you just put the shell in there, just like you would kind of a pie shell. It's not going to mold exactly to it, but there's what it looks like. I'm just going to start putting in what I'd like to have in there. Open my spinach here. A bag of spinach that was going off that I just decided I froze it. When that happens, I just stick it in the freezer. I'm going to go ahead and just take this with my scissors and just kind of cut some in the bottom there. That just makes it a little more simple than having to cut it up. That's probably enough. I mean, I don't need tons in there. Just putting some in the bottom. I pre-diced my onions because that's, I don't like to do that on film because, boy, these are strong ones. Woo, and boy, yeah, I did do some tearing. I have no tips that work on that. I'd say about that much. I mean, this is all to taste. You put whatever you like in there. I keep my onions. Here is an onion tip. You got some strong onions. Do not put them in anything Tupperware or plastic because, boy, it'll stink up your refrigerator. I used an old, what this is an old salsa jar. To get something with a lid that you can screw down tight, keep that onion smell in there. All right, let's just move this out of the way. I'm going to go ahead and take, I think I showed you this squinchy. It's getting really soft. This is a Roma tomato. First of all, Romas are good for this kind of application because they're a little less watery. I'm just literally going to slice it into thin rounds. I think I'm only going to need one. I got a whole bunch of them there. We might do BLTs or something for dinner just to use them up. Just going to get this sliced really quick here. I don't think I'm going to add them yet. I'm going to put some of the other stuff in first. All right, that's good enough on that. I think the next, I'm just going to add some cheese. I have some various cheeses. I pulled out some ends of cheese, but they haven't thawed enough yet for me to cut them and deal with those. I'm just going to use some of the shredded cheese. I don't mind the shredded cheese in the bag. For me, it melts just fine. I'm going to add some on the top there. I don't know, that's about 2 tablespoons, I think. Can you see that? Let me look in here. That's about 2 tablespoons in there. All right. Here, I'll turn it that way so you can maybe see it a little bit better. So now I'm just going to mix up, well, let's season it. I'm going to put some pepper, a little salt. I like some garlic. You can use any kind of garlic if you want to, mince fresh, whatever. I keep powdered on hand, so I'm just using powdered. And I like a little red pepper flakes in there. Those are good too. I'm going to put quite a few because those are pretty tasty. I don't mind a little there. All right, now all I got to do is mix up the base. It's your normal custard base. Here, let's switch this out here. I got some of these eggs here. I think I'm going to use all 4. Let's see what we got going on. I don't know exact ratios for making a quiche with the eggs and the milk. You can use cream also. I'm just using some milk. Anyway, I got 4 eggs in there. I think you could put up to a cup or 2 of milk in there. I'm just going to kind of try to eyeball it for what I feel like will fit in my plate. Let me get a fork. I'll whisk that up. I'm sure there's exact ratios for a quiche. I just kind of eyeball it. With 4 eggs, you can put pretty much milk in there or cream. It's better with cream, but obviously cream's high calorie, and I don't keep cream on hand. I just keep milk. I use whole milk. I use it for my coffee. I use it for all baking. All right, once that's mixed up, let's just get her in there. Let me make sure you guys are in focus here. Woohoo! All right, we're just gonna pour all that on top. I got the oven set to 350. You can go up as high as 365 if you want to cook it faster, but the top might brown. So I'm going to do 350. Ooh, I might have done just a little too much there. I'm going to take it right up to the top. I don't want it to overflow. I got a tiny little bit left over. No big deal. All right, then I'm going to take those lovely tomatoes, those little aromas. I'm going to lay them on top just for pretty. Some of them will sink down in there. It's not going to be perfect. It never has to be perfect because I'm not serving company right now. It's just for me, for my lunch. And maybe one in the middle. I'm going to actually put another. I'm going to put some on top just to finish it up right where I had them before. Just because I would like to finish all these up. Woo, might overflow. Okay, that's pretty much it. I'm going to re-salt and pepper, re-season the top here. And I'm going to pick you up and show it to you a little bit better so you can see it here. Woo. A little too many. All right, let's pick you up here and see what we got. Try not to wiggle you too much. There she is, looking good. We're going to put her in the oven, like I said, about 350 for 20 to 30 minutes at this size. This is a very small pie plate. Here's my hand. It's 5-6 inches. It's not an 8 or 9 inch. So we'll see. I'll show it to you when it's done. I went ahead and put it on another plate just in case it overflows. Doing a little editing while we're waiting for that quiche to cook. Thought I might share with you about this little book. There's just a sneak peek behind the scenes. Some of these videos you haven't seen yet. Haha, some of them you have. Oh, did you see that one? That prepper video? That was long. That was, what, 50 minutes? Ooh, I wasn't sure I was going to post that, but I did. It probably won't do well because it's talking contrary to stuff that's really popular right now. But that's okay. Anyway, let me show you about this little book I recently picked up. So I got this free little book, and it's really kind of neat. I wanted to share a little bit about it. It's called The Life and Teachings of Jesus of Nazareth. And it's a little leatherette. It's not real leather. It's very thin, maybe a 1/4 inch. Let's see, 200 and something pages. It's a little small. That's why I have my readers on here. Let me take those off so you don't get that silly reflection in the glass kind of thing. But anyway, this is a really nice book. It's free. I've only just started reading it. I'm going to read it. I'm going to take a risk here and go ahead and tell you about it just a little bit. It's from this organization called Plus Nothing. And if you look right here, there's a website, plusnothing.com. You can get free copies of this book, free copies that you could use for ministry reasons. It's all about Jesus. It's just taking, I believe as I look through it, it's just all Bible references about everything about Jesus. So it's all Jesus, you know. And if you log onto that website, which I already did, you can get them. The smallest grouping you can get is 12. And that's still pretty good. I mean, I do hand out tracts and things occasionally, not all the time, but sometimes I do. I like to, one of the sneaky things I like to do is leave them at restaurant bathrooms. When I go to the bathroom, I'll just prop something like this or a little tract up on like the towel rack or somewhere, just in case somebody wants to pick it up. I mean, I'm a little shy. I'm a little bit introverted out in public. It is hard. Sometimes it is hard to share your faith and to be very proactive and just walk right up to someone and say, hey, do you know Jesus? And give them a tract. I mean, I should get better at that. But I do tend to leave them around my community where I think people might find them. I walk a lot at the park. That's another nice place to leave things like this. You can leave one on a picnic table. We have nice benches under some trees at our park. You can leave things there. And there's also like drink dispensers, like pop dispensers. You can leave them around there, and water fountains, things like that. There's all sorts of little places you can leave little tips to Christ. So anyway, I was going to actually read the front of it while we're waiting. My quiche has about 10-15 minutes left. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but just the front was very nice. Here it is. I'm going to read this little section here. It says, friend, why is this book in your hands? Curiosity? A fluke? Fate? I faced the same questions a few years back. Maybe your life is great. I got to put these on. Hold on. Maybe your life is great. Perhaps you're worn out from the day-to-day struggles of life, or maybe you feel like I did, lost, broken, and searching endlessly for peace. No matter your situation in life, how you feel, the contents in this little book will bring light and clarity to your journey. Now it's up to you. Read this book or don't. No matter your decision, the ripple effects will reach every aspect of your life for generations to come. Be sure to know this book is all about one of the most controversial and consequential figures of all time, Jesus of Nazareth. You, no doubt, have your own views of Jesus. I sure had my view of him that included years of assumptions, heresies, and opinions. Frankly, though, I was just too busy in my life and didn't have time or the desire to find out who he really was. Was he a prophet? Was he a rebel? A liar? A miracle worker? Today, many people have reduced him to a curse word, a lucky charm to be dangled from a gold chain or a tattoo. In reading this book, I discovered the real Jesus for myself. In doing so, I unexpectedly stepped out of the darkest days of my journey and found exactly what I had been searching for: peace and purpose. I want the same for you. Turn the page and find out why this book fell into your hands. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. And it's signed, Fellow Traveler. That's kind of what we are, travelers, sojourners on this journey of this earth. You know, we're in the world, not of the world. So anyway, check this out. Go to the website, see, read it, maybe get a copy for yourself, maybe get a few to spread around. I believe, let's see, it's, I'm just looking to see. This current printing is 2022, and it's from the Bible League International. So there you go. I'll show you my frittata when it's done. All right, the timer went off at 30 minutes. Let's check this thing. I'll give you some hints on how to check it. Well, it's not done. As you can see, that center tomato is pretty wiggly there. Boink, 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 boink. It is not set. Oh, in fact, see, it's very liquidy. So it's going to take, it's thicker than I realized it was. But if you notice, the edges here are getting kind of golden brown. I don't want those to burn. I'm going to give another 10-15 minutes. So I'm just going to cover it with another pie plate, a bigger one. I'll try to do this without burning myself. Whew. That'll allow it to still cook there, make like a little lid, and it shouldn't brown up much more than that. All right, be back in 15-20 minutes. She is finished, as you can tell. Yeah, I'm going to let her cool off a little bit. She kind of poofed up. See how, get my fingers in there without getting burnt. See how she poofed up about an inch up over there? I think she might actually be stuck on the top of this tray. I wasn't thinking about that, but I'm going to let it cool for a few minutes. It usually deflates and settles back down, so I'll come back in a little bit when she's cool and cut her and show you what she looks like. I was able to pull the glass dish off the top. It did not stick, but it's deflating as we speak. That's normal. It's going to settle down in. I think you can see it's really hot. The steam's coming off of it. So I'll plate it up here. I'm going to let it rest for about 15 minutes or so. It's all cool. I'm going to plate it up now. Can you tell how much it settled? It's firm. Let me see. Probably can't tell. It was raised up about an inch and it settled down into the pan. That's all completely normal with quiche. Let me plate it up and I'll wrap out of the video. There it is, all warm and delicious. It cut really well. You can see all the wonderful things we put in there. It's still nice and warm. I'm going to eat that today, drink some coffee with it. And just as a wrap out here, I did, if you watched the video of the fall closet clean out, I mentioned creating another channel. I did it. It's called Normalville USA. Went ahead and posted a couple shorts. Those are just to be encouragement. Here, let me switch. I posted a couple little shorts on that new channel just to encourage moms about living a normal life, not falling prey to all this stuff on YouTube and what to feed your kids, all these schedules, all these rigmarole things. I don't know how much I'll post on that channel or if I even will. I may still continue to post on my primary channel here. But if I do, that would be more specifically toward just helping people realize that what you see on social media isn't real. You know, helping more specifically young moms to come up out of that bondage of watching all these perfect people in their perfect little homes with their little tidy schedules and all these things when they may not realize that there's just real life behind all that. They have people helping them, you know, especially the big channels. They pay people to take care of their kids while they do all that. That's why you never see the kids running around or doing all that. You know, their houses are perfectly clean. A lot of them, believe it or not, have maids. and then they do cleaning on top of what the maid already did, or they just show you specific areas because they're too busy for all that. They're actually not stay-at-home moms, they're working moms. Even though they work from home, they work a lot. And let me tell you, YouTube is a lot. There's cameras everywhere, lighting everywhere, especially the ones that have pretty, very curated channels. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. All right, well, I enjoyed my lunch with you today. I'm gonna go eat it. I prepared it with you, but I'm gonna go eat it. You guys have a great day. See you next time. Bye-bye.